Hey, I'm Mike Baccarella, and today we're going to take a look at some of the ways that Michael Brecker would explore the diminished scale. Let's take a look. This idea comes from the Practice Notebooks of Michael Brecker, and this is a book that I definitely recommend you pick up and check out. It has enough improvisational ideas to spend the rest of your life going through. It is absolutely incredible. We'll start by breaking down Michael Brecker's line, and then we'll go through some of the variations I came up with. So we're playing over a G7 altered chord that's leading to C major. So we have a G7 altered, going to C major. And for this, we're going to use G half whole or A flat whole half. They're the same scale. Whichever way you think about them is fine. The notes in that scale are G, A flat, B flat, B natural, D flat, D natural, E, F, back up to G. So that gives us our root, flat 9, sharp 9, major third, flat 5, sharp, regular 5, 13, flat 7, back to our root. This line starts by going up a G7 arpeggio. So we got G, B, D, F, all in the third position here. And once he gets there, he jumps down to B flat, B natural on the third and fourth fret on the third string, and then he jumps up and goes to A flat, G. So for guitar, we're skipping a string. We're going from the third string to the first string. And then he goes up a minor third and repeats the same idea. So we go D flat, D, B natural, B flat, and then he goes up another minor third, E, F, D, D flat. One of the coolest things about the diminished scale is the fact that we can take any idea and move it up or down in minor thirds. And we can see him doing that with this idea. So once we get up there, I resolve it by going up to E, B, D, C. So we got that 12th fret, 7th fret on the first string, 10th fret, 8th fret on the first string. And we jump to that G on the 8th fret of the second string. And we end on E on the 9th fret of the third string. So here's the full line. And that's all straight eighth notes. Now for this first variation, I just changed two of his notes in his repeating pattern. So we still start with a G7 going up. So we got, just like we started the first line. And then the next notes are the same as they were in the first line. So we go B flat, B. But instead of jumping up to A flat, G, I jump up to B flat and go to A flat. This is an idea I got from Joe Pass. Joe Pass does this a lot. And because all the notes are within the diminished scale, we can move it up in minor thirds, just like Michael Brecker did with the first idea. So we'll start going for G7, and then we got B flat, B natural, with the first and second finger on the third and fourth fret of the third string. And then we jump up a string, B flat with our pinky on the sixth fret, and then A flat with our second finger on the fourth fret of the first string. And that's our pattern. And then we move it up a minor third, and then move it up another minor third. When I resolve this one, I just jump down to C, and I go down to C triad, C, G, E, and I jump up to A on the 10th fret of the second string, B, and then F sharp, I land on that, the sharp 11. So it gives us a kind of a cool, modern kind of sound. Now for this third example, we're going to see how we can take some of these concepts and apply them to a regular 2-5. So we have a 2-5 in the key of C. We have D minor 7, G7, C major 7. So for the D minor section, I'm starting here on the 8th fret of the first string, and we're going down a D minor 7 arpeggio. So we got C, A, F on the second string, 6th fret, and then D on the third string, 7th fret. And then I go down an A minor 7 arpeggio. So G, E on the second string, C on the 5th fret of the 3rd string, A on the 7th fret of the 4th string. And that all comes right out of D minor. And then I'm going to jump down to that D7 arpeggio that we started our idea with. Now, one of the cool things is we can take any section of this Michael Brecker idea and move it in minor thirds, including this dominant 7th arpeggio, because we're playing over G7, but because all these notes are contained within the diminished scale, we can move them in minor thirds as well. So we can play G7, B flat 7, D flat 7, and E7. All of those arpeggios are contained within that same diminished scale. So I'm going to take that idea, and I'm going to go G7, just like we did before, and then I'm going to move up a minor third to B flat 7, and I'm going to walk down that. So I got A flat on the 9th fret of the 2nd string, F, D on the 7th fret of the 3rd string, and B flat on the 8th fret of the 4th string. And then I'm going to resolve that. I'm going to go B, D, E, G, D, B. And that comes right out of the E minor pentatonic scale, which is a common substitute we could use for C major. So here's that full line. Now for this last variation, I'm going to take that same idea we did before, but I'm going to take it a step further. Again, a 2-5 in C major, D minor 7, G7, C major 7. And we're doing the same line on the 2. That same arpeggio line going on D minor 7 and A minor 7. Now once we get to G7, we're going to take the same concept we used on the previous line, but I'm going to double time it and go through all of the 7th arpeggios in this diminished scale. So I'm going to go up G7, B flat 7, D flat 7, E7, and then resolve that to C. So the G and B flat 7 portion are the same as they were in the previous line. And then here on the B flat on the 8th fret, and then we're going to go up to the 11th fret on the 4th string, D flat, F, A flat, B, and then we're going to go up to the 15th fret on the 2nd string, D, B, G sharp, E. And that gets us through our G7 line. And we're going to play that as 16th notes. And then when we get to C major, we're going to go up in E minor pentatonic again. G on the 12th fret, 3rd string, A, B on the 2nd string, 12th fret, D, E, and then A on the 17th fret of the 1st string. So here's the full line. For that diminished section, I'm going through those 7th arpeggios. The only way I'm able to get that kind of speed is by sweeping through it. So I'm going down, 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 up, down, up, 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 down, 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 up, down, up, 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 and then land on a down. So I hope you enjoyed taking a look at these lines. The diminished scale is an incredible amount of fun. There's so much cool stuff you can do with it. And because of that minor thirds thing, you could approach the same idea using a completely different set of notes now, and it's the same fingering, so it's really convenient for us guitar players because the same fingerings will just move throughout, as we can see in this line, right? I was able to move the ideas around without having to change much. So thanks for checking out this lesson. Keep practicing. I'll see you next time.